I went to get my salad at my place last night. There's a place I go. They have delicious salads. I go eat them. They're organic and they're raw, and I love them. I'm walking in, and I see a pretty sexy lady, young woman, like standing outside of the restaurant. I have her in profile. She has a black dress on. It looks like an attractive young woman. It's all happening very fast as I'm walking, but she's looking at me in some kind of a manner, which I'm trying to interpret, but I'm looking at it favorably. Let's just say that. As I'm getting closer to her, I'm like, this is a really attractive young woman. But then as I get to the door of the restaurant, she's putting her hand in a cup of water, and she's quickly splashing water on her face, and then turns at me with what I thought were sexy eyes, but turned out to be absolutely crazed eyes, and says, "Hello, Satan! Hello, it's Satan!" and gets up in my face. So I sneak into Leaf on Ventura. I'm the only one that goes to this restaurant ever. Yeah. Quick side note, I don't speak when I'm in there. I've only written everything down on a notebook paper. We'll get into that at a different time.
We'll talk about that at great length at some point.
I've eaten there 3 times a week for 6 months, and I've never spoken a word inside the building. Have seen the people that work there out at festivals, and they wave to me. One time I was in there about a month ago, and a new kid was working in there. I handed them my order, and he had not ever seen me, and he says out loud to the rest of them, "Yeah, he writes it down. He can't speak." And then some other girl's like, "He can hear." And I had to like look back at him like, The kid was like, because why don't you talk? Because I'm not talking.
Because he doesn't talk
anyway,
in this restaurant.
I get into this place that I've never spoken in, and the 2 girls that work in there are very sweet, and they're very nervous. So I know that the girl has been like...
there all day.
Yeah, there since 11. They're checking the bathroom, and these girls are they're nervous. I'm like, maybe, I mean, she went plumb loco. I mean, when she looked at me and she called me Satan, I almost was like, am I Satan? Like, right. I thought she saw something, like maybe she looked into my soul, because it gets crazier. I hand them my order. I sit down. She's making sounds, but not really doing anything. But keeping in mind that this, I didn't really...
She's still hot.
She's still hot and has no bra and has a black dress in her, and she looks very sexy. She walks in. Now she's barefoot. I'm gauging it now because now I'm sitting there. I'm like looking at her. She walks in and sits down, the only person in there. Sits down next to me. She's got a rally cap on. Now she's turned her baseball hat inside out and she's wearing a rally cap. And now she's even sexier. So it's a hot, crazed 23, 24, 25-year-old woman, but now she's wearing a rally cap.
What's a rally cap?
You know when little leaguers, when they want their team like to score, they turn the cap inside out?
Yeah.
When have you ever... And this is like a woman. I'm like, you are my wife. I'm going to get through this psychotic episode you're on. Maybe you just took some bad meds. Maybe you're off your pills. I love you. Sits down next to me. Hello, Morpheus. Are you ascending into the resurrection? And yeah, getting like that, but like getting like Cuban radio frequencies, like like lokified. But I'm like, you're so attractive. I'm trying to gauge what is wrong? Like, are you just... I hope this is just in passing. I hope it's going to go away, because if it's not, you're so beautiful and you're crazy fucked up. She kind of calms down, looks back into my soul, and starts bawling. Looking at me, and I'm like, getting like, because I'm staring at her, and I think
what is the proximity at this point?
The proximity is really close.
Like 3 feet?
You can touch each other.
Okay.
And we're so close.
And are touching each other.
And not,
spiritually.
but our souls are touching each other, and she is bawling looking at me, because she can look in my soul and sense the sadness, and I'm looking at her soul and sense the madness, and here we are. Like, come on, honey. Like,
get in the car.
She's in my room now. So... a couple minutes after, she kind of calms down and she's like looking at me like she wants to, like, now we're going to fall in love. But she's not saying anything. I have my food in front of me. I'm going to start writing stuff down and like maybe be like, do you need anything? And she has a glass of water. She's pouring water.
So mind you, you're still trying to adhere to your fucking crazy
I can't talk.
thing.
So, but it's even crazier for her because she's now asking me questions and stuff like, what do you do? What is going on in the... talking, getting all like biblical. And I'm just like stone cold, just put my contacts in, like wide-eyed sober, staring at her. So I'm crazier than her anyway on my sanest day. So I'm scaring her now. Couple minutes later, all the paramedics come in, like because they've called 911 and stuff, like fire department.
You didn't know that though.
No. This is like very soon after, only like maybe 2 or 3 minutes. But there's 2 minutes of her like crying and us looking into each other's souls and falling in love. Paramedic walks in with like surgical gloves and full like gear, looks at the two of us, looks back at the girls working there. They've come around the counter, and he's like, "Which one am I here for?"
Oh boy.
And I looked at this dude like, which one are you here for? There's a naked woman with a rally cap, all dirty, talking about the resurrection, like, Judas did this in the resurrection of Morpheus. I'm having a fucking salad, dude. I've got Time magazine, and I'm reading an article about gangs in New Orleans. Which one am I here for? So I raise my hand. He comes over and starts to take my blood pressure.
Fuck you.
And I'm looking at the dude like, are you serious? But not talking yet.
Right.
So he thinks I'm crazy. And the girl has to be like, duh. Like, her, you dumb asshole. This is just a weird guy that eats there 3 days a week and doesn't talk. We'll deal with him later. We'll do his blood pressure later. And then the guy gives me like, you motherfucker, gives me like a dirty look like I've dissed him. And now, so they move me over a table. They start to like address her. She's now standing on a table. Long story short, she's had a microphone that's on a table. She had a black microphone with her, and then when they started to like take her away, she started going crazy and then looking at me almost like I thought it was going to turn into, he needs to come with me, I'm going to lose my mind, which I would have gone because I thought we were falling in love, until she whipped the microphone at me and like went by my face, went off the table and onto the ground. And that's when they brought in a stretcher and like tied her up, and she went,
she also
you said you were going to hurt me, and then was talking in a British accent. What's my name? I live in Universal City. Heaven, Jesus. And then went like, bananas.
Well, she blames you for all of it.
And then blamed me for all of it.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll meet again.
Oh, you will.
We'll meet
in
again.
Heaven.
In heaven.
That's the best story I've ever
that's
heard.
just, I had to like, it was really crazy.
So awesome.
And the girls that were working there they were still so shook because they were like, have you ever seen her before? Is she like local? Like asking the girls, like, because they know like we're going to bring her to a psych place because she's off. She couldn't.
It's either off psych meds, 1 or 2, like crazy bad drugs.
Yeah, I'm hoping because we were talking about when we were sitting this close. I was like, you're really attractive. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, you're But this was like, it got into scary bananas because she was like, when she got up on the table and you said you were gonna hurt me, and was screaming the guy's last name that she was reading on it, and like, I was like, man, oh man,
that is awesome.
just want a salad, a delicious salad.